Hi, welcome back to my channel where I mentor you to understand inner truths and the mystery of life. I'm Lauren. You can find me here on all of the socials to learn more about me. 5 ways that human design changed my life is what I'm going to explain in this video. Before we get into human design and how it's changed my life, let me briefly introduce how I see human design. I'm not going to bore you with details here on how it works. I'm going to share with you some of the ways human design changed my life. The first one, learning my human. The design type felt like a permission slip to focus on what lights me up in the world. The world just loves telling us what we should do. At a young age, our parents, caregivers make decisions for us. We were rarely encouraged to check in with our feelings, our intuition, because we were told that our parents know what's best for us, right? Who else would agree? And now we're so focused on what we should be doing that we don't even ask ourselves what we want to do. We still live by society's unwritten rules and expectations. And it has become so hard to detach ourselves from that and start creating the life that we want. So learning that I'm a projector with an emotional authority and that it's best for me to follow my gut, whatever that might look like for me, helps me trust my path. Knowing this helped me to feel more confident about my decisions, even if they don't make sense to others. Out of all of the 5 human design types, projectors have what they call a non-energy. That means that their sacral center is undefined. The projectors also don't have a motor to the throat. This means that on both accounts, accessing energy can be a real challenge for projectors. And when they are not living their strategy, they can quickly burn out their bodies and their emotions. And if a projector energy is not sustainable, as a result, they often are thought of lazy. A regular 9-to-5 job or 8-to-5 job is exhausting for a projector. And most projectors, when faced with most of those work options, will eventually just feel deeply bitter. Now, whenever I make a change in my business, I feel more confident about it because I know that if I'm following what makes me excited, I'm on the right track. My second way is in the approach of daily habits and routines. Another deep layer in human design, many times I've tried to start my YouTube channel or a strict routine, morning routine or workout routine, and it just never has worked until now because I deep dived for the last 2 years into human design, learning my chart and all of the variables. And if you learn that if a routine is best for you, it will help you to stop feeling guilty once you understand that you might have been doing things you were told to do instead of what actually works for you. Those self-development books that tell you you should get up at 5 a.m. if you want to be successful will stop making sense once you understand this. Don't get me wrong, getting up at 5 a.m. is the best thing and a massive life changer for most people or even some people, but we're all not the same. How can it be that one thing should work for 7 billion people, but another thing won't? Human design helps you learn what works for you, and that way you can ditch unnecessary shoulds and create the life that you feel good to you. So the third is human design helped me understand how interacting with others. Human design strategy for me is to be invited. So a lifetime of kinds of reactions from other people have damaged my self-esteem and makes me feel or seem bitter to others. It seems very counterintuitive, right? And most of us are raised to speak up and be bold and just do it. But truly, for me as a projector, this is just not natural or easy. Waiting to be asked, recognized, or invited gave me an enormous amount of wisdom to share with the world in so much different ways. Being aware of all of the different human design strategies have helped me understand others, myself, and everything in this life experience. This is something that would be so beneficial to know when it comes to relationships in your life or in your workplace. It is actually really important for a projector to follow their bliss and the call to their talents and interests and develop them deeply, because when there's a big invitation that comes, they will have reached a level of mastery in a unique area of expertise. They will be much more valuable. Projectors are just gifted at taking in information and understanding systems. And even if waiting for this invitation for my strategy, or if your strategy once you do your chart, and you can still learn so much with human design on how to use it best for you. The fourth way is learning about my human design type and energy centers have helped me understand that I don't need to prove myself to anyone. And if you're like me and you also have a defined heart or ego center, now don't get me wrong, this is not the ego in your brain or your mind. This is the center in your actual body. I also posted a very quick, easy way to understand the systems on my TikTok. I will put this link here. And you might be like me, and what I'm here to learn is to let your core desires guide you, and are just the breadcrumbs, as I call them, to my inner alignment. And it's healthy for me also to express my desires. When I first learned that I have a defined heart center, and when I explored the meaning behind it, what all of this was, I felt a little triggered. And I was like, I don't need to prove myself to anyone. However, I started to reflect on it a little bit, and it became clear to me that I did and said quite a few things in my past to prove myself to others. We're conditioned to think that we constantly need to prove, do better, earn more, look thinner, be better. You get what I mean. So for us with a defined heart center, it's important to detach ourselves from what conditioning, or more or less to acknowledge our worth is inherent. You are worthy just as you are, and you are enough. So for the last one, the biggest way that human design changed my life is human design helped me feel normal and accept myself. The best way I can describe how I feel when I was learning my human design type is like having a permission slip to be who I am. Oftentimes, we look at others who are different from us and we ask ourselves, why can't I just be like her? Why can't I have what they have? You can see people who can easily strike up a conversation with anyone, or you want to be more like them. You can see who has all of the energy to do 20 different things at one time, who's passionate about or what they like doing. And it's wrong for you because it takes 28 days just to get one thing done. You see people who stick with one thing their entire life and you feel like something is wrong with you because you keep changing your mind or you have a different goal every 2 weeks. There isn't anything wrong with you. And I'm sure you're drawn to this channel and me because you're just like me. And I'm so happy to have you here. The world likes to put 7 billion people in one box of shoulds. That's just what I believe. You should live like this. You should be this way at this time at 30. You should achieve this at this. You should make this decision like this. Basically what I mean is learning more about your own human design has helped me and can help you stop wishing that you will be more like anybody else and start owning who you are. So if you want to learn more about your specific design, I will drop a link in the description box to get your free human design reading with me so you can start living more in alignment and understanding your own purpose here in this human experience. Thank you so much for watching, and you don't want to miss next week's video on the secrets of life that nobody tells you about. Bye, friends.